A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Hot Wheels Hilarity's very own crossover series with Honest J Nowak, simply titled Tiny Diecast Fury. Time to bring along a much more rare, obscured model out there. Not by Hot Wheels standards, of course, because this one has been released not too recently. This is known as the Nissan R390 GTI. Yeah, I pretty much just had to look on to the bottom right here. GT1 is pretty much what it shows right here. It's probably that weird font that it has, but it is in fact the R390 GT1. So do be sure to look carefully because the font might trick you into thinking that it's an I when it's a 1. So in any seriousness though, for a 2021 model, this one does showcase the likes of the Nissan R390 GT1 itself, which is a very, very rare model on its own. When it was produced by Nissan itself, way back in the day, there was only a tiny amount of them made in the entire world. In the same way that a good number of other well-known supercar and hypercar models out there were made, and there was only a very, 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 very limited amount of those as well. So you could say that Mattel really does like to perform on the ends of giving us the diecast versions of some of the rarest, most obscure models ever known throughout the automotive history board itself. The many establishments that we've seen in the past 35 years are just through the roof by this point. And Hot Wheels themselves has made tons of models out there that sure are quite a piece of art. The fact that we are able to get diecast versions of these little models themselves really does tell us that Mattel cares very much about the automotive industry itself. And the fact that all these obscure models are being brought to light, it really does say something for that as well. And for being that this was released more than 30 years ago, it says something a little bit more than the average person might have ever thought themselves. And 30 years ago, after all, in the 90s, was a long time ago, because we're now at such a point where a lot of people who were born that decade are now at a point where they have to make a lot of hard decisions in their life. And being a 2021 model though, that just makes this thing not too recent of a release. Yet I really do like this model by all means, not just by its looks, but also just for the fact that it just seems that Mattel does a lot nowadays. But yet, in any case though, I don't really have too much else to touch up on here. There's not much performance, in case you've watched a lot of HWH and are wanting to know where it's at. Well, it's not really in many places, unfortunately. I probably will have to bring it through for Season 7 as it's currently in production. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel, then make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.